Once upon a time, two men decided if they were making the cut. Then they made the cut. And now JT and Aaron are talking everything from wrestling to pop culture and beyond, because it's no holds barred.
Will you back down, turn and run, or stand up with the best? When your back's to the wall, what will your answer be? Will you run for the door? Will you run out on me like it's hard?
It's a no holds barred draft.
Waluigi!
Wah! I'm a gonna win.
I think I already did Mario last time, but I just go off. I fly by the seat of my vintage pants. You know, I don't plan these things. It's just whatever comes to mind. Just let it rip.
Man,
It's
I am
no
a
holds barred.
Waluigi fan, though.
Oh, you're a Wah fan?
Yeah. I wish he was in more things. I like how lanky he is. I liked it in the Mario Soccer for GameCube. He did a crotch chop when he scored
Yeah.
in a game for children.
What a man.
Too bad Mario went woke. Anyway, all right. So let's talk drafting. It's no holds barred draft day. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see all the folks on screen. If you're listening, it's me and Aaron, as always, here at No Holds Barred. You should just head over to YouTube because the draft episodes are best experienced in video format, no doubt. And tonight is our first draft, Aaron, that we're veering off of the topic of professional wrestling. We're mixing it up.
Big risk. We're going to take something that's a little bit more niche than professional wrestling.
Yeah. Marvel,
How is that even possible?
Something called Marvel. So look, this weekend, Guardian of the Galaxy came out, and we thought it'd be fitting to do a Guardians of the Galaxy themed draft.
Wasn't it good?
Yeah, it was great.
I couldn't believe the surprises.
I was sad I gave that ticket up, but I heard it was real good.
Dude.
Yeah.
When Superman showed up at the end. Sorry.
Well, him and Black Adam did that thing in the credits, right?
Yeah, they docked.
Superman flew in with James Gunn on his back. He'd be like, "Yeah, we're all together now.
We're getting him out of here. Go, go, go."
Yeah.
And it was amazing how Papa Smurf came out of the egg. It was like,
That was strange. I wasn't expecting that.
no, not Papa Smurf.
Anyway, all right. So you might have heard that accent. That's Big Keith Langston's with us here drafting. We have Jennifer Smith as always drafting with us.
Boys.
And not the tool man, Mr. Tim Taylor in the producer's
That's me.
suite.
Sar,
Yeah.
Tim.
Yes, Tassar.
Is he the best Sar since Nicholas?
How do you spell Czar? Do you do the TS? Do you do the CZ?
CZ.
Yeah,
For sure.
I'm a CZ guy.
Yeah.
And if it's wrong, I'm sorry, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it.
That's right.
Did I read right that New York has a rat czar?
Yes, that's new. Hot off the press.
So many rats that they have to put a person in charge of it?
It's that bad. She said she's focused on just all rats all the time.
Now, how can that person do
They're
that
all
job without being a rat themselves?
They're all rats. All of them are rats. The whole family's rats.
You think she'll slowly morph into a rat to try and think like the rat?
I imagine she's gonna.
Is it gonna be like a Splinter type situation?
Yeah, is she gonna show up as like the rat king or the rat queen and like the?
Well, that's what happens. Is she's the middle, and then all of the rats attach to her, and she becomes the rat queen.
Yeah,
what if she just
badass?
What if she just brings out a piper and she just starts going and then they all march to Jersey?
What I want to
which is where they belong.
I will never say a bad word again about anything rat related. If this woman builds a task force, and calls it the Rat Pack, because that would be amazing.
Hey, baby.
The problem is that in all these ideas, you're gonna get shit on because you're appropriating. Number one, Rat King was a man. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, the Rat Pack was men. All right. Like people are gonna be angry you're changing shit up.
It's 2023 now.
It's 2023, baby. You can have a rat queen. It's all right.
Now for the Rat King,
A gender-neutral rat monarch.
So Rat King, the tails tie together. Rat Queen, is it the penises or the breasts that are tied together? Do rats have breasts?
I don't know.
They have nipples, Greg. You can milk them.
Can you milk me?
We know we can milk you. All right, Tim. Why don't you lay out the formatics? as some
What are
would
we?
say.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Drafting
Nothing. That's, I asked myself that.
Are we
nightly.
drafting people to fight the rats in New York?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
that will be their mission. The team that we create, that will be their mission.
Yes.
I picked the rats.
Eliminate
are
the
number
rats
one.
of New York. Okay, that's what this
Yep.
Guardian squad.
We
is
might
gonna
need the Guardians of the Galaxy for that.
That's right. So, in honor of Marvel Studios presents Guardians of the Galaxy 3,
Mm-hmm.
the four alongside me at the bottom of your screen or the front of your minds if you're listening to us on podcast are going to recast, much like King the Conqueror, hopefully, maybe, I don't know, hopefully or not, but much like other characters have been recasted in MCU films, so too will Star-Lord and Gamora and Rocket and Groot and Drax and Mantis and Nebula and
And Wildcard.
another Guardians character, because we love our wild cards here.
Someone watching this video just looked at it and said, "Who the fuck is Wildcard? I don't remember that character."
But
Yeehaw!
we're not recasting Chris Pratt or Dave Bautista or the voice of what's that guy's name that was in that one? Cradley Blooper. That's right.
I hate him.
We are recasting the characters with other fictional characters. So if somebody wanted to recast Star-Lord as Mickey Mouse, bam!
Oh, come on! That's
I'm gonna do the whole Disney suite.
What might that sound like?
We're gonna dance to save the universe, huh? And and that's how it's gonna be. Once a fictional character is off the board, they are gone for good. But if there's a person that might have played multiple fictional characters, especially if we're in the action adventure series or action adventure genre,
like when
so to
Mickey
speak.
gets dressed up as a female mouse.
Minnie, for example,
Yeah.
when he's feeling feisty, he puts a bow in his head.
Or Clarabelle.
That's right. So fictional characters only. The wild card has to be a character that is from a Guardians film.
Mm-hmm.
So don't give me anybody that was hanging out with the Guardians in any of the end of the Avenger game and Avenger movies. If they showed up in a what's the last Thor movie called? I completely forgot.
Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. Can't pick anything from Love and Thunder. It's got to be Guardians
Love and Blunder.
only.
Oh.
I like them.
And
I
somewhere
like them all,
Christian Bale cries. Anyway,
He was great.
so
Christian
I
Bale.
need to.
I'm ripe tomatoes. There's Rotten Tomatoes. I'm ripe tomatoes. Every Marvel movie. It's a 10.
So
Except for
we
Captain Marvel.
have to determine
The draft order.
the
obviously.
order correct.
Well,
'Cause
you got my name there. I'm ready to go.
We should go most hair to least
Well-
hair.
So they're all.
Oh,
Perfect.
fuck you. That's not fair.
No, that's good. That's good.
It wasn't fair last time we did this either, but we
Whoa, yes, it was.
I don't know about all that.
Okay. So I'm trying to pull up the way I'm
Going into Aaron's
to.
box. I'll be back.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna go. Whoa,
You're digging in.
Oh, hey now.
You guys don't see what's happening.
Hey now.
It's quick.
It doesn't take that long.
Okay.
Keith got me all warmed up earlier.
So in order,
Yeah.
about
17
beer.
Bud Lights.
we're doing Price is Right rules on this.
How many hairs does
Okay.
Keith have on his
9.
I
Nine.
Sorry,
Is
Keith.
that
I'm sorry.
Is that 9? Is that
$1.
English? Is that English 9 or is that German 0?
9.
I need very particular. So closest without going over the amount of money
Oh.
that Avengers Infinity War made on opening night.
Oh God, I don't know any of this.
Closest without going over. And we will start with, we'll go in the order it's on the screen. So Keith, how much did Avengers Infinity War
Good. Give me time to look it up.
opening
Don't
night?
look it up.
No cheating. 350 million.
That's gonna be my
350
guess.
mil.
That's what I was gonna say.
Keithy baby going $350 million. Aaron.
1.
300 million.
300 mil. JT.
345.
Mother
345.
This is in one night, correct? Not
One
the
night.
This
entire
is
Night
the
one.
first night.
It's like Monica
You're
said.
a little high, right?
I know I came 300 times during it.
Infinity War, yes.
I might have, if I had not stopped, it would have been infinity coming.
I don't know. I'm gonna go low at 250.
$250 million. And would you believe it? The actual price,
The actual retail price is.
of all of the gross sales for opening night of Avengers Infinity War is $640 million.
Damn,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So,
All right.
Keithy baby,
Yeah,
you
you
have
50.
you have won the draft. Kind of.
That's it. It's over.
Draft.
The draft is
We're
done.
done?
Where's his fucking name tag?
It's it. Dun 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 dun. So Keith, you have the unenviable task of setting the draft order. Now, just to give you all the bells and whistles before, the way we do things here is it is a serpentine draft.
Ride the snake.
That's right. So if you were to pick first in the first round, you will pick last in the second round.
I am familiar with the serpentine.
Correct. So with that, with all of the knowledge that has been bestowed upon you within the last 12 minutes
Of bullshit.
of a podcast about nothing, it is No Holds Barred Draft Day.
Right.
Keith, set our draft order.
My snake's been devenomized.
You mean?
By the,
All right, so I
I
just
heard
give
it's
my,
outpatient.
give my first pick.
No,
No,
so
just
you get
set
to
the
set
order.
the order.
Oh, I can
So
actually
who
give the order.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're setting the draft
where?
order. You're setting
how
the draft
about that?
order.
All right, so I will go. I will. You know what? I will not go number 1. I will not
Okay.
go number 1.
Okay.
fucking magnanimous over here.
Okay.
I am gonna give that honor to my wonderful friend from the South, Jenny. I'm gonna give her number 1.
All right.
Number 2, I'm gonna give to my good friend from the North, Aaron.
Thank you.
Number 3, I'll go 4th. I'll take 4th. So I'm gonna give you JT. I'm gonna give you number 3.
Apparently, I'm not a good friend. Sadly, everyone else gets a good friend.
You're not far enough
My-
north or south. You need
my
to be
very
further
dear-
north.
Straight in.
I'm south. I am south.
My
of
very
him.
dear, close, personal, longtime friend, JT.
I'm
Third.
south of Keith, literally.
Yeah, he is south of me.
I am from Southie, though.
You ain't from South
That's
era. Okay, so yeah, I think that's a good draft order. I'm giving. I just because I don't know. I like Jenny. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna take
I like
Star
you.
Lord.
And then Aaron looked all pissed at me when I picked Jenny, so I said, "Oh shit, I don't want him to be.
I
Don't
do
worry
feel like I
about
will say
him.
this.
I don't want him to bring the whole might of Canada down upon me."
I do feel like this
There
is
ain't
the
no
one
Mike
draft
Taylor.
where the order is probably the least important, is my
Mhm.
prediction, because I am guessing none of us have the same character. I want the odds laid out. Whoever's watching right now, before we get into it,
Yeah,
what are the odds in your mind
Those of you
that
degenerate gamblers out there who are doing
any of us could
prop
actually
bets.
have the same character idea?
I
Here's
can't.
what
I
we should
mean,
do.
my
Yeah.
guys are so. My picks are so odd. I don't think any of you are going to have it. I mean, there might be one. That's it.
If someone picks someone that you have, like you should have to say what you were going to do with them,
I like that.
because
that's a
it
good
doesn't
idea,
matter, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's
a
all
good idea.
it's all
right.
done. It's all in the wash. But
I'm just remaking the first movie. That's all I'm doing. Exactly.
I'll be
Line for
using
line.
Star Lord as
Line for line.
so, Jenny,
Mhm.
you're in the pole position.
All
The
right.
world is your oyster. Where would you like to go? How would you like to start?
You
The
better
first
put
pick,
Andy from Parks and Rec as Star Lord.
first pick from the first round of the recasting the Guardians of the Galaxy draft.
Uhura
Owen
is
from Jurassic
Gamora.
World.
All
Jenny,
right. Well, I do have some gimmicks here that I wanted to mess with. So we'll see. We'll see. What I'm going to do is take Star-Lord first, and I'm going to cast Freddy Krueger as Star-Lord.
Ooh, okay.
'Cause
EGR, thank you.
He's
Either-
funny, right? He's funny. Freddy's funny.
Funny how?
Oh, he's
Funny
burnt. That was funny.
He has a
He
wry
murders
sense of
kids.
humor.
It's hilarious.
Yes, it's very hilarious. So anyway, he cracks me up, and he has a leadership about him.
He leads the
That-
dream world.
Right? Yes, he has this sort of supernatural thing to him.
Well, he's
like-
kind of
much
already
like
got
Will.
like the time travel down, or the
interdimensional
intergalactic
travel,
planetary.
something like that.
And he's got that.
Beastie Boy.
He's got the awesome sweater, so that's noticeable.
He does.
Like
He
how-
does.
Yes.
How like Quill had
Cool
the
shoes.
jacket. Yeah.
Cool hat.
Mhm.
Yeah, very cool hat.
Very cool hat.
I'm anxious to see if Jenny's theme is going to be horror movies or people that are burnt to shit.
Or people named
We'll
Freddy.
see. We'll see.
I hope it's burnt to shit, Jenny. I'll tell you right now.
I hope it's all Freddy's.
You
Yeah, all
her
Freddy's.
rocket,
That's
her
what
rocket
I want her
raccoon
to
is-
find 7 more Freddy's.
her
Freddy
rocket
got fingered. There's
wait,
one.
her rocket is Freddie Mercury.
Where were y'all earlier when I was
was
looking for
burnt.
ideas for this shit?
Freddie
Speaking of
Mercury
ideas,
burnt.
Aaron, hopefully you have an idea for your first
He's
pick.
never had an idea. That's the
Never.
problem.
Look, I'm gonna pick one that I think could go off the board. It's to me, it's an obvious pick, but I think that like I'm gonna go out and take my Gamora first. Is it Gamora or Gamera? Which is it? I always forget.
Gamora.
Gamora. I'm gonna take my Gamora, and I'm gonna go with a fucking badass. I know people think Zoe Saldana is badass, and I think she is to a degree. But there's an original badass that I need, a woman who can fucking kick anybody's ass.
China.
It's not China. It's the
China.
country of China.
That's the China.
That's not a
Fucking
character.
female
Well, Mao
country.
Zedong with this
Mao
draft. thing.
Zedong. But no, I want a kick-ass woman. So I am going from and this person is also incredible. You can paint her green. I don't give a shit. She's going to kick your ass no matter what. She's a survivor. She's a lover of felines.
Sapphire.
I'm going Ellen Ripley from the Alien films as
nice.
Gamora.
I can appreciate that.
I like that.
Also a horror movie for you. Well, the first one.
Yes. We're 2 for 2 in the horror genre.
Well, it's good I'm
Smash
next
things.
because I mean horror is my thing, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
gore and mess. And
I was worried we would have the same picks.
Viscera.
A Midian? Naked Midian. Do those count as two separate people in this?
obviously.
Can I do
yes.
Midian and
yes.
Naked Midian?
Yes.
And Phineas Godwin.
And Tex
And
Slazenger?
Tex.
Or was he Shanghai Pierce? I can
No,
never
he was
remember.
Tex. He was Tex.
Oh
I
God.
always get them mixed up.
Texas.
Just been watching that right now. It's lovely.
Southern Justice.
All right. I'm going to take my wild card off the board because this is the only one, given the people on this draft, I thought could maybe get picked. The other ones I think I'm okay with. But for my wild card, I'm going to pick a man who I believe at least was in a little bit of one of the Guardians movies. That's Thanos, correct? Right?
Mhm.
He's at least in
Yeah.
the end credits.
He's in the first
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
Okay, very good.
Barking orders at that other loser.
You hear it?
Oh my God.
You can hear the music?
Yeah.
Are you really going? Wow.
What a
Is it-
day.
Is it him?
Oh.
It's the man himself,
Listen,
Anthony J. Soprano.
I don't want to
Is my
talk about
Thanos.
it.
I can't believe Aaron can hear the song.
I know why.
Started taking my shirt off just so I could hear
You
it.
did.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Are you gonna take your shirt off?
Myself a glove.
Ready?
Gonna
got
get
his
those
pile of mine
kidney
painted.
stones and kill you all.
There you go.
There he is. Tony Soprano is flying that fucking spaceship. I mean, you can't just see him barking orders to Thanos. Like, it's perfect. And he's kind of like a low key, like insecure. pussy like
Motherfucking
Thanos
orange
too.
beef deal.
Gotta
You know?
fucking do this myself.
Yeah, can't trust anyone.
That's a good one. I like that. Tony
That's
Soprano.
very good.
Shit, I
That's
didn't
very
even think
good.
of Tony Soprano. Okay.
Well, it's funny because I wanted to get him in somehow, and I was like, "Well, there's no way he can't be anyone else." And then when I was refreshed this morning that we had a wild card, it all came together for me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I think.
Oh, he gets two. The serpentine.
Back to back.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, should I? All right. I'm gonna go. I'll put my Star Lord in, and
Lord.
my Star Lord, and that's gonna be the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, an archaeology professor who has gone across the country several times, gone across the world.
It's not his
It's not-
name, Tim.
has found
Yeah, it
many
is.
things.
And in the
Indiana
dog bag.
Jones.
I almost did an Indiana Jones
Yeah,
themed
I thought about him.
draft.
Indiana Jones as my
Star
and
Lord is perfect.
preferably I would go with Indy from Raiders. But it could be any of the first 3 movie Indies. So, but I think a young Harrison Ford playing Indiana Jones has that leadership qualities that Jenny had spoken about with Freddy Krueger, and he has the iconic outfit. I'm pretty sure that at some point, I'm sure Star-Lord was kind of modeled after what Indy might have looked like, just because of his outfit and whatnot. So Indiana
Daddy
Jones.
issues. So
Yep, he has daddy issues, but his father, only made him count in Greek, but whatever the case may be. So yeah, so I'll go with Indiana Jones, and then I'm gonna go with my wild card just because I think it's great. And I'm gonna say it is I'm gonna say Jabba the Hutt is gonna be playing Ego in this universe. So.
I like that too.
And that's mostly
Wonga.
and that's mostly because he ran Mos Eisley. He knew what he was doing, and
just had to pick a fatter guy than I did. Tony Soprano, Jabba the Hutt.
I did.
So-
well, I think that he would be great.
Wait till you hear my ego. He's even bigger.
Oh, Jesus.
So
the guy from
Jabba
The Whale or
Hutt
whatever that
is
movie.
Indiana Jones'
Brendan
dad.
Fraser.
the guy from The Whale. Yeah, and actually there is that odd connection where Jabba the Hutt is Indiana Jones's father, just like he kept having Han Solo frozen in carbonite.
Trying to put his son to death on the fucking sail barge at the
It
Sarlacc
happened.
did.
You're spoiling shit.
Oh,
Died.
man.
I'm pretty sure that Tony would have drowned AJ if he had thought about it twice.
I know
Bring
when my
Noah.
kids misbehave, I want them to be digested for 10,000 years.
100%.
All right. Since we got a run on Star Lords going, I'm going to go ahead and bring mine in. I wanted to pick someone that had the easy charisma of our current Peter Quill, handsome man, but could also come off as like a little self-deprecating and didn't mind being the stooge. We also know this character has athletic prowess based on his career, and more piano music. I'm going with Sam Malone as Star-Lord.
Sam Mayday Malone, wasn't he? Mayday Malone.
He was.
I love how you picked a guitar version of a famous piano song.
I'm trying to work fast on the go here. Get hard on the go.
That's pretty impressive. I didn't realize we had to bring props and sound bites and things like that.
I always do. That's my
I'm
gimmick.
just happy I can hear.
I know. I don't know what happened.
I'm just happy to be included.
What changed?
Nothing.
Maybe because it's not a wrestling draft. Do we go back
Maybe
next
the
time and do a
layout,
wrestling
too.
one?
Who knows?
So do we like this pick? I think it's a good one.
I think Sam Malone's a great pick.
I think
You
you
know,
might
I
have been
just
able to get
finished-
Sam Malone later, but also
Everyone
too,
else is
like,
going to be able to get later.
Right.
I might. No one's going to go. I'm confident.
I just finished watching Cheers, the whole series. I started like in January, and it's been like this great background show. It's fucking awesome. And Ted
Yeah.
Danson's legitimately a great actor in it.
It is a great show. And Star-Lord lost his ship a few times, just like Sam
Sam
had the
lost
bar
his
burned
boat.
down.
He was Star-Lord is involved with a woman who drives him crazy, just like Sam constantly is. He's got some idiot friends.
Well, that's what I kind of figured. It's like kind of a.
It
Yeah.
does fit.
I will take Cliff Clave. No,
You'd be a good Drax.
You know
You'd be a
what?
good Drax.
Sam, I'll tell you right now.
You'd be a perfect Drax.
But Aaron, who do you have for your second pick?
okay, so this is a hard one because obviously not a hard pick, but just a hard rationalization. There's no other talking raccoons, right? Like, so I'm gonna go, and I'm not going with a voice. I'm putting this character in the movie. okay?
Yes.
Because my version of what I see in Rocket Raccoon is a loser, a bit, an outsider, probably a bit too intense at times, alienates those around him, but can actually love the people around him a lot when he gets close to them, and really psychotic when you get down to it. And I believe the only character that truly exemplifies all those things is Dwight K. Schrute from The Office.
Okay.
That's so good.
He does like hurting people and escaping
Yeah.
from weird circumstances.
He's got a weird past. He's
Yeah.
got a weird
Sure
family.
Yeah.
Probably both of them would be happier on a farm.
Are we going to get any appearances by Mose?
Well, I mean, it goes. We'll see how this draft goes.
We'll see.
If it goes for Mose, we'll knows.
Jenna,
Okay.
you're up.
All right. So I think I'm going to do Rocket as well. And when I was thinking about Rocket, I wanted someone that maybe would be a little bit smaller like Rocket is. So what I decided to do was pick Chucky and have him be
Awesome.
voiced by Mark Hamill.
I think you're gonna say Mickey. I think you're gonna say Mickey from Seinfeld for a minute there.
Ooh,
He's in Burnt.
Mickey.
He's not burnt. Burnt is not the thing.
He's wearing lifts.
Sadly.
Missed a big opportunity there, Jim.
I'm sure Chucky has been set on fire.
Yeah, Chucky's
As long-
I'm
Definitely
sure
been set on
Chucky has been
fire.
set on fire.
By Rick
Absolutely.
Steiner, I think, on Nitro.
But his skin doesn't burn the same way as a human skin.
True.
I know it's more.
Well,
It melts. It melts more than
Melts,
it burns.
yeah.
It's plastic.
And then let's see. This one I liked too. Okay, so for Mantis, it's hard to find women in horror that are the villains a lot of times that are good, whether it's not always easy, but I thought of Carrie White from Carrie
Yeah.
for Mantis because
Mhm.
she has this wealth of emotion all the time, right? All the time. And Carrie just has it simmering until it breaks out.
Mhm.
And then just wrecks shop. So Mantis does the same thing emotionally.
That's a great pick. I'm on board with that.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
And she's scared.
Aaron,
So I'm gonna give Dwight a partner. Dwight Schrute a partner. I'm gonna cast my Groot next. And
Ooh.
for me, Groot is a creature. But I also I like the fact that Groot is kind of like almost like Rocket's thing that he sicks on people, right? Dwight Schrute's got a big mouth, so he's gonna need someone to back him up that can cause some damage, but also a creature that in the end ends up learning how to love people to a degree too. Now, it's not quite the same kind of love as We Are Groot. It's more roars and grunts. But as Groot, I am casting Godzilla. And the team of Dwight and Godzilla is going to lay waste.
Is it the Puff Daddy Godzilla from the 90s?
No,
Oh.
Yes.
Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun.
It's the one who defeated King Kong on top of the aircraft carrier.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's the one who opened the guy's mouth and breathed fire.
Come with me. I just like Gojira. Gojira.
Gojira.
All right. So I'm going to do my Mantis next.
We are
And
Godzilla.
I'm going to gender bend a little bit. I am converting Mantis into a male role.
Mantis.
And I wanted to have someone that would be a little quirky, kind of confused and confusing, but everything makes sense to this person in their own world, even though you may not understand what any of them are saying. And that, to me, is the one and only, one of the purveyors, a wonderful little Irish bar called Patty's in Philadelphia. And that is, of course, Charlie Kelly from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I spent all day trying to think of where I could fit him in, and then
Interesting pick.
yeah.
Interesting
Dang.
pick.
Well, I took him now because I thought he, besides Tony Soprano, could be the other one to possibly be involved.
Anybody has mentioned so far has been anywhere near my list.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am gonna go with I will take my rocket and I'll take my rocket in my pocket. And
Give me
this
some beers.
man,
This is YouTube, my guy.
not OnlyFans. This man right here has
Really fan
the
for you.
intelligence
money.
of Rocket. He is very well capable of building any device that is necessary in the nick of time. He is also a person who irritates everybody in his family. He is one who would
Aaron.
definitely
You're
steal
taking Aaron.
batteries,
Place.
Quarnex batteries if it's necessary, but he probably doesn't
Coming
need
over.
them because he can always just use his ray gun to create them. And that, of course, is Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty fame. So
Look, I'm just gonna say this. I hope someone takes Vince Russo from the Christmas place. That's all. It makes me feel good. I don't know. I don't know.
You take it.
I can't take him. I can't book myself. Well, maybe I can.
And I will go do like Aaron, and I will give him a partner in this case. It's funny that Aaron's Godzilla is Groot because my Groot is also an animal, so to speak. It is also an animal who accompanies people. This one, however, is not very mean. It is very friendly. It has special abilities if it eats a certain shell. Let's just say
Beethoven.
Airbud.
what earmuffs?
Airbud.
Airbud. No. This is going to be Yoshi from Super Mario Brothers fame. Yes. And I think that Yoshi can be sent. Rick Sanchez can definitely send Yoshi to attack, and he will defend. And as we all know, he's willing to sacrifice himself for the good of the group. So.
Fact. Yoshi's gonna get eaten. Fact. Godzilla's gonna breathe fire up his ass.
This is true. But Yoshi can breathe fire if he eats the red Koopa shell. So,
How many rats can Yoshi eat? This is what you really need to know.
All the rats.
Look, he's going to have a lot of jobs.
Mhm.
After this.
I feel like I've been alternating like kind of anger with happiness and joy. And I'm gonna go back to the darkness.
Charlie has all of those.
For my
It's just
Gamora.
sad.
Back to the darkness for my Gamora. Who's someone who I felt like has really seen some shit.
D.
Right?
Reynolds.
Like she growing up saw these awful atrocities that's kind of hollowed her out. And every now and then she shows she can exude the feeling of love, but for the most part she's very reserved. But on top of it, she's also a badass. And maybe the most lethal of all these people that could kill you if needed. And that is why I am going back to one of my favorite shows, The Americans. And I am going with Elizabeth Jennings, Kerry Russell, as my Gamora. A badass that had a tortured, brutal childhood.
It's a good pick.
Very nice.
Fucking great pick. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm. It's a great
I
pick.
haven't seen that show, so.
It's a really good show.
It's an
That's a good binge-worthy show.
Oh, Keith, the suitcase scene.
Yes. It's a great show.
Aaron.
Well, I gotta be honest. I got a little scared when JT picked his Mantis. So I'm gonna pick my Mantis. And I gotta say, JT, I think you might have missed the ball a little bit on this one. Charlie Kelly's a great pick. But there's a fucking character called Mantis on the show. His name is Dr. Mantis Toboggan, MD. And I don't think. I mean,
That's why you picked him, right?
You could have also gone Rickety Cricket if you wanted to stay with the.
But Mantis is the man's name. He's the most formidable of all of them in a lot of ways, and yeah, I feel very good about man. I don't give a shit about the gender or whatever. Mantis is a fluid creature. He shows up with his Magnum condoms. He his wad of hundreds. He gives computer viruses to everybody. And he wants to be called Mantis. He longs to be called Mantis. Yeah, call me that. Call me that from now on. Mantis. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe I might be the only person on this list, and maybe you'll prove me wrong, that picks a character that's being played by another character on the show.
It's like Inception, dude.
So far, you are one of one on dudes playing a dude disguised as another dude.
That's what you take the Nightman.
Mantis to
Jenny, go ahead and make your fourth pick, and then we'll do a quick mid-draft recap, and then come back to you for your fifth.
Alrighty, so for
First in German.
Drax,
Schlumpfin' Joe. Do it.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
with JoJo the Clownzilla from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I fucking
Clowns with
I hate that movie.
a K. Clownzilla with a K.
Oh, I hate that movie.
Clownzilla with the K.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Get it right, damn it.
I was more worried about JoJo. Spelling that right.
JoJo, the idiot circus boy with a pretty new pet. Jenny, I love you. You're the
My
best.
question is, who's going to
Love you,
take Donkey? Who's going to take Donkey Lips from Salute Your Shorts? That's what I'm waiting for.
We run, we jump, we swim and play. So on a pause to go over what we've done so far. Jenny's Guardians look pretty great with Captain Freddy Krueger at the helm, with Chucky as Rocket, Jojo the Clownzilla as Drax, and Carrie as Mantis. Aaron has Ellen Ripley as Gamora, Dwight Schrute as Rocket, Godzilla as Groot, and Dr. Mantis Toboggan as Mantis.
MD.
MD. I'm sorry, he didn't go to medical doctor school to not be called
called
Mr. Mantis Toboggan.
Thank you very much.
JT has Sam Malone as Star-Lord, Elizabeth Jennings as Gamora, Charlie Kelly as Mantis, and his wild card is Thanos, played by Tony Soprano. And Keith has Indiana Jones as Star-Lord, Rick Sanchez and Yoshi as Rocket and Groot, and Indiana Jones's daddy is Jabba the Hutt, being Ego. We go back to the top of the order.
I don't think we've ever called a draft halfway through, but I mean, it's obvious.
Hey, Wonga.
I don't know how Sam
Gotta head
Malone's
out.
going to fight the rats.
No
though.
Jabba, no bada. No Jabba, no bada.
Oh, hell do my boca. I know that
We have
voice
just
anywhere.
We have just digressed so bad. Jenny, get us on
Just
track.
now?
Where are we going?
But I
Thank you,
think
Jar Jar. Jar Jar Binks.
All right, so Gamora was harder, and I was thinking on it. I don't know what people think about this, but anyway, I liked it. So y'all know that movie Get Out? You know the white girl? Get Out?
Yeah. The horrible slave driver? Yes.
Yes. So her name was Rose Armitage, and so I'm picking her for Gamora.
Very nice.
She was beautiful but very deadly, and also probably witnessed a lot of horrific things in her youth. But she went the other way than Gamora. She went the wrong way.
Get out.
Somewhere Tony Soprano as Thanos is just like, daughter.
Imagine how mad he's going to be putting that green paint
The
on.
fuck you mean?
Listen, I just want you to know you got to make sure you tell all those black guys that they're white. All right? Listen, I need another black guy for here. Get him in here, you know, Choco Brigitte, whatever it is there.
In this house, Mantis is a man.
All right, then.
My house Mantis is a doctor.
Mr. Aaron, this is your pick.
Oh no!
Mm.
Look, I'm gonna go with my wild card because I don't think it's an exciting pick. It's a really Jenny died.
Yeah, sorry.
One of her ridiculous horror characters murdered her.
Yep.
JoJo attacks.
Oh boy.
I don't think this is an exciting pick, but this is an actor that I really wanted to get on my list somewhere. I tried a bunch of different ways. I had him in a bunch of different places. But I think this is a very frightening character in general. I'm going to cast Yondu in this instance. Yondu's such a cool part in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. He's ruthless. He's dangerous. He'll take a second. He'll murder you in a second. He's got the leadership capabilities to run a small crew. And he's also something of a father figure to Star-Lord in the movies. And so I think the character I'm replacing him with kind of fits all of those things. It's a bit out there. I think this character is scarier than Yondu. I think he's scarier than most characters. Like, if you're not, like, I'd rather fight Godzilla than fight this man. And I am picking, you might not know his name, from the film Gangs of New York, Bill the Butcher Cutting.
Oh,
as
that's a fucking awesome pick. Oh, that's fantastic. What a fucking movie, too.
Oh, he's going to teach you how to fucking speak English with this knife. Just a fucking killer. Daniel Day-Lewis is
Can he
absolutely-
whistle, though? Can he whistle to make the
for
thing
sure
go?
can. He's got a whole band that can whistle behind him.
Bill the Butcher. What a great pick.
Oh, I know we're just making up names.
Sorry you haven't seen Gangs in New York.
Is that a movie?
It's worth your time. It's really good.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna pick my Nebula. It'll be the first Nebula to go. I think Nebula is very dry, a little bit sarcastic. Kind of acts like she doesn't want to be in the group, but she kind of secretly does want to be in the group. And I thought there's another character out there, and one of the best sitcoms of all time, that is very similar to that, where also kind of acts like doesn't want to be in the group, but does want to be in the group, and ends up being in the group. I tried to find a guitar version of the song, but I couldn't. Sorry.
I gotta guess. Can I say who it is?
Yeah.
I said it. You didn't hear me? It was April Ludgate.
It didn't come through. You were
Sorry.
too busy jamming out to the April. Okay.
April Ludgate.
I was gonna say it could have been April, it could have been Anne. But
No, well, I tried to go
Fuck
like
Anne.
April's like Nebula, kind of pretends to be dark and pissed off, but isn't really.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that.
In the end, she writes a loving letter to Gamora and nominates her for like Woman of the Year.
There's also the little Chris Pratt tie-in I tried to go with.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Hey now.
But he's not in your film.
I know, but it's like an homage.
No,
I know
he's
you
not
probably
in-
don't know what that means.
It's
but-
an homage.
I don't speak French. The only one on this fucking panel that does.
How do we know? It could be gibberish that we can't understand.
Mange le sid marde calice.
Exactly. See?
Je m'appelle los lapices.
Sounds like stupid bullshit to me.
Okay, so I'm up for two. I am going to go
That's right.
with. I'm going to pick my Gamora, and my Gamora is
My Gamora.
my Gamora. Dun,
Get a
dun,
piano
dun,
version of that.
No. Now my Gamora is an action hero. It is a female. She was trained in espionage and also in warfare and all different variations of killing people. Then she had an accident, lost her memory, and began living in a nice suburban house and raising her daughter, and until her memory gets jogged
51st
once
Dates?
again.
Oh.
Huh?
I think you're going to 51st Dates.
No, 51st Dates. No, and then her memory gets jogged again by Samuel L. Jackson, and she goes on a massive killing spree to save her daughter and beat the bad guys. And of course, I'm talking about Charlie Baltimore from the movie The Long Kiss Goodnight. And that's Gina Davis's character. I mean, she is a fucking badass to the bone, and probably one of the best action movies I think I've ever seen. Highly underrated in my opinion, but she's sexy. She's got she kind of had a love interest with the villain in the movie, so that you put Gamora there has a little bit of a love interest with well, not with Thanos or anybody else, but Charlie Baltimore. Yeah, she can love Jabba all she wants. And I'm gonna go.
I don't think they're in love. It's lust.
It is lust. I think I'll fill out Mantis on the board here, and I'll go with my Mantis. And when I was picking Mantis, I was trying to find a person who had
Named Mantis.
yes.
You picked the only one named Mantis.
I was trying to find somebody who had some kind of a special gift, if you will, and also
a doctor.
And also just had that kind of peaceful tranquility that can come with it. And of course, I'm talking about Ahsoka Tano.
I did think of her. Yeah.
I thought that it would be very fitting that Ahsoka would be in here because she is the mind of she is a Jedi, or at least was a Jedi. So she has the mind powers of a Jedi, and she can control people if she needs to, as much like Mantis did. So Ahsoka Tano.
I like it.
Thank you.
I don't know what that means. All right.
You could watch You could watch that. Wouldn't upset you.
Which one was that from?
That's Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Which Star Wars?
The Clone Wars, the cartoon.
And
she's in Mandalorian now.
She's in Mando.
All right, I am caught up on Mandalorian. So
you don't remember? She was played by
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, okay, I know who you're talking about then. Yes, I do. She's getting her own show, isn't she?
Yeah, she's gonna have her own show.
But why would they
See,
cast
I know.
her?
I'm up on my Star Wars.
Why would they cast her to play an orange girl?
Because Rosario Dawson's awesome, and
She's not orange.
you know, if Cory Booker had won the election in 2016,
I'm up on my Star Wars.
she would have been the
WCW.
first girlfriend.
All right. I'm going to do my Groots. Going to get this one out of the way. I picked it because I love the character, and I wanted someone who's big and weird and lanky. And this actor plays two characters that could have fit into this role on two different great sitcoms. But I went with the one that has a little bit more balls and is a little bit more acerbic when needed, but still defers to everybody else, but really cared about the team more so than the other characters. So I went with Jared Dunn from Silicon Valley, played by the actor who also played Gabe on The Office. So I couldn't decide which one, but I wanted a big, lanky, weird guy.
He is tall and lanky and weird, yes.
But he's great
on both shows.
That's funny.
Yeah, that show in the end, I think.
So good.
That's so funny.
Aaron, you've still got your Star-Lord, your Drax, and your Nebula to go. Where are you headed next?
All right, let's go with Drax. I'm going to go Drax. I need some muscle. I need someone who is humorless, but that humorlessness can be used for humor. So like someone who doesn't get it, someone who's naturally funny on their own, but kind of different funny, where they might take things literally. They might confuse the name of a city for the name of an entire planet, given a time. I'm going from the Richard Donner Superman films, General Zod as Drax the Destroyer. I feel he has the muscle to be. I think he's stronger than Drax, probably. Like he could probably destroy Drax. He's got all Superman's powers. He's an asshole. He's got a sweet haircut. Cool black shoot. He broke out of the Phantom Zone. Kneel before him. All right, kneel before Zod.
Son of Jor-El, kneel before Zod.
Who is this imbecile? Take me to the planet Houston.
Jenny, you are up with Groot, Nebula, and your wild card.
And I just want it clear too that like it's not General Zod from Man of Steel.
Of course not. Who would want that?
It's the incomparable Terrence Stamp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of wild card, I did almost take Charlie as the wild card as well, just because of the
because he is a wild card.
Just as wild card.
Would he be in his
Yes.
Texan attire?
Yep.
Does Mantis Toboggan give anybody eggs to eat? I'm just wondering. Or no, he won't do that, right?
No, he has eggs in the commercial, and he has the eggs.
All right, so this one was sort of one of the easier ones to pick because not a lot of tree characters in horror, but luckily there is one. It's called the Demonic Tree from Evil Dead. It is awesome. JT. That's when a tree gets possessed by an evil spirit.
You found a fucking
scary.
Tree. I love it.
Found a tree. And then for Nebula, this is another little odd one that I thought of. There's this horror movie called Orphan. And the main character is an orphan girl. Yes, and her name is Esther. And she's extremely creepy as fuck, and she is not who she seems to be. So she has a lot of layers like Nebula. Literally.
Very nice.
Is that that's the movie where she's playing like a child, and then but she's really like a I don't know, a little person, but not really a little person. She
really has well, I mean, you're kind of ruining.
Yeah.
But it's a girl lady, a very evil one.
Yeah, very evil. Yes. Evil.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Aaron.
Okay, well, we're going Star-Lord next. I need a leader. Someone else talked about kind of like effortless charm that Star-Lord has, and this guy has it in spades. I also think he's funny, but he's wise. I think he's going to interact very well with all these people. He's going to be able to motivate them to do almost anything. He could create a list of arbitrary rules that they would all follow. There'd be no problem at all. I think he's a great leader. He's tough as fucking nails. He can fight, but he's not too tough because he can get beat up also, which is what happens to Star-Lord. I assume, too, he's probably very good at music. He's good at dancing. I am going to pick for Star-Lord From the film Fight Club, Tyler Durden.
But which Tyler Durden?
Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Brad Pitt.
Okay. Does he not talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy as the first rule?
Well, they're not going to talk
You don't
about
talk
anything.
about the galaxy.
We don't talk about the Galaxy. We don't talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
What
All
you
right.
end up guarding ends up guarding you.
Yes.
Gardening you. Okay, I'm gonna
His
take
name-
my. I'm gonna
His
take
name
my
was Robert
rocket.
Paulson.
I'm gonna take my rocket
Should have
next.
taken Robert Paulson.
His name is Robert Paulson. Yes.
I understand.
All right, I'm taking my rocket next. I wanted a character who can be looked at as a little diminutive, and I think at his core, Rocket is very insecure about his station in life. Right? He's a raccoon. He often gets mad if he's called a rat. You can see it in him that he wishes maybe he were the size and had the respect of those bigger than him. But at the end of the day, he is who he is, and at the end of the day, he owns it. But you also need a character who can be a little witty with the one-liners and the quick hitters and make you laugh at the same time that he's making you cry, because deep down you know he's hurting. And I went ahead and picked from one of the hottest shows right now, Succession.
So nice hearing the music.
Especially as I picked all piano themes tonight. I am going with Roman Roy from Succession as my
Yes.
rocket.
Roman Jack off Roy.
How dare you?
How dare
I wanted a little man who was funny and sad. That was run on
He
good on
is.
brand.
That's very true.
My God. Okay. All right. So, Okay. So, I'm going to start with my Nebula. And this is because I really wanted to get her in my team here, because I love her. She's like my favorite actress, like, of all time. And she is somebody who has been involved with a heelish person for the majority of her life, but then meets someone very special to her and kind of has a nice 180 and becomes a fan favorite, or a baby face, if you will. She's amazing at her fighting skills, and she knows how to, she could shoot the flea off a dog's back from 500 yards away if necessary. And she's also pretty good at slipping Mickeys to people if it's, the Neil Patrick Harris if it's necessary. And I'm talking about Anna from Million Ways to Die in the West. That's Charlize Theron's character from A Million Ways to Die in the West. Yes. And I think that she would be a perfect Nebula in my world.
Will she interact okay with Yoshi though?
Absolutely.
Okay.
She'll love Yoshi. Yes. So Anna. And now finally for my Drax. And I was so glad that no one even sniffed this out, because this is
You don't know yet. I
fantastic.
haven't picked mine yet.
You're not getting him. If it is.
Is her name really Anna Lapradonna Chai?
Yes, that is per IMDb.
That's fantastic.
Look at those group picks. Is there any more bizarre list of names than the group one?
Yes. For Drax, I am going to go with this man. He's a brute force. He has been known to carry full trees if necessary. He went and he's protective of his daughter. He's protective of his crew. He knows exactly what to do to kill a man. Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired. And he
Kindergarten cop.
And he will also say to you, he will go, remember, I told you I promised I'd kill you last. I lied. Of course, I'm talking about John Matrix from Commando.
Commando. Oh my God.
Should have done Kindergarten cop, you pussy.
And Drax's favorite line is, let off some steam, Bennett. And just remember,
Let off some Steve Bennett? Is that what you said?
Yeah, let off some Steve Bennett. And just remember that Drax will kill you by throwing a buzzsaw at your head.
That'll do it.
That'll do it for me.
Yep.
Let off some Steve Bennett.
Let off some Steve Bennett.
All right. Well, all I got left is my Drax, and I wanted to bookend my draft in a certain way, and that is in the world of Sopranos. So I wanted to pick a character that is kind of funny without knowing that they're funny, but also trying to be funny. And at the time they try to be funny, it's also awkward funny, just to get the laugh. And that's it. I'll go Paulie Walnuts as my Drax, just to annoy the shit out of Thanos when they have their showdown. He does a stupid laugh. You ever get checked for Tourette's?
What are you and your whores got a big laugh out of this picture of me with the Infinity Gauntlet?
You never come over here.
I solely did it just because Drax does a little chuckle sometimes, and
Yeah.
Paulie Walnuts does the stupid fucking. But he can also be dead. Paulie's also dangerous. He's murdered people. So
You ever think you have Tourette's?
It's good.
Aaron, all you got left is Nebula.
Okay.
Silvio Dante is still there for you, Aaron. If you want to go
Ooh.
away.
Well, I mean, look. For me, Nebula is a character that is in constant suffering. Constant suffering. Kind of torn apart, put back together, up and down, all over the place. Also suffers for others. Like, doesn't betray the people she cares about. In fact, takes on more pain for them. And I'm going to be honest, my Nebula is probably a bit more powerful than the current Nebula. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not trying to build a super team of strength. It's just the way the cookies crumbled. I was looking for someone who is willing to make that sacrifice, who was, a mess at times, but very useful and loyal and caring and loving and sometimes wise. So I went from the 2004 classic by Mel Gibson, The Passion of the Christ. I am taking Jesus Christ as Nebula.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Oh, I love you so
He is the greatest fictional character in history.
Oh my god.
He takes Jesus.
Oh, it's so great.
I often wonder what goes on in your head, Aaron.
Nothing.
I thought that's where you were going, and then I was like, "There's no way."
So awesome.
Oh god.
Well,
Jenny,
I can't
I'm
follow
sorry you
that.
have-
Anyway,
I'm sorry you have to try to follow it.
Nope. Well,
You take Mary Magdalene as your wild card.
thought about it. I don't think it really fits in with my theme at the moment.
Right. We'll take Pontius Pilate. He's a horror.
Or Barabbas.
What about? Never mind.
My Barabbas.
You could do Judas Iscariot.
Ba 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 Barabbas.
What if I did Satan as Thanos?
Let me down. I'm Barabbas. I only stole some bread.
Is Jesus a character or a
Yes.
historical person?
He's a character.
He's a character, all
In the
right.
movie, of course. In
He's
the
a movie. I didn't pick him from a book that's apparently.
Okay.
You picked it from the movie.
Yeah.
Listen, Jesus was a character. I don't know if you ever heard. He was always good at telling stories around the campfire.
All right, so I've decided to go with Hannibal Lecter as my Thanos.
Oh, hello.
Oh, that's good.
Hello, Jenny.
Wrong movie.
But it still fits. Imagine
Hannibal
Imagine
Lecter
Hannibal
is
Lecter
Forrest
running
Gump.
I'll
across.
say Hannibal Lecter as Forrest Gump. Yeah.
Imagine Hannibal Lecter running across the country.
He would have eaten that AIDS right up.
Why are you running?
I almost tried to spin him as a Yondu, but then I was like, nah, probably need to do Thanos on this one.
He would have eaten Lieutenant Dan's legs.
He did.
That's why they're gone.
Ain't got no
Dan,
legs.
You have no legs.
You have no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
You do have a liver, though.
Fresh Chianti. We are finally in the books. Let's run it down, shall we? So, leading Jenny's Guardians of the Galaxy is Freddy Krueger, followed up by Rose Armitage from Get Out as Gamora, Chucky as Rocket, the Demonic Tree as Groot, Jojo the Clownzilla as Drax, Carrie White as Mantis, Esther Coleman from Orphan as Nebula, and Hannibal Lecter playing Thanos. Aaron has Brad Pitt's Tyler Durden from Fight Club as Star-Lord, Ellen Ripley from Alien as Gamora, Dwight Schrute from The Office as Rocket, and Godzilla from Godzilla as Groot. General Zod from Man of Steel as Drax.
No!
General Zod from Superman 2 as Drax.
And one.
Mantis Toboggan MD as Mantis. The portrayal of Jesus Christ from Passion of the Christ as Nebula. And Bill the Butcher Cutting from Gangs of New York as Yondu. JT has
The
Sam
best
Malone
draft,
from
yes.
Cheers as Star-Lord. Elizabeth Jennings from The Americans as Gamora. Roman Roy from Succession as Rocket, Jared Dunn from what show is he from?
Silicon Valley.
Silicon
haven't seen that
Valley
movie?
as Groot. No,
That show.
Big ass fucking nerd like you. Come on, man. You ever seen
No.
that?
no. Drax as Polly Walnuts from The Sopranos, Charlie Kelly as Mantis from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, April Ludgate from Parks and Rec as Nebula, and of course Tony Soprano as Thanos.
If I leave you guys with one thing on this draft, it's that Tim must watch Silicon Valley and Jenny must watch The Americans. And I don't care about anything else.
And you must watch all these horror movies.
Definitely not.
See,
At least watch
that's
Gangs of
how
New
it
York.
works.
Keith, our esteemed guest, took Indiana Jones as Star-Lord, Charlie Baltimore
The
from
rapper.
Long kiss goodnight.
Long Kiss Goodnight as Gamora, Rick Sanchez as Rocket, Yoshi as Groot, John Matrix
Matrix?
as Drax,
Ahsoka
Ahsoka
Tano.
as Mantis, Anna from A Million Ways to Die in the West as
Say it.
Nebula, and Jabba the Hutt as Ego
Ooh,
as his wild card.
Ooh,
Literally everything else in the history of everything is left on the table.
Yeah.
To have for your own.
My big regret is that I couldn't cast as Ego Unicron from the Transformers the movie
yeah.
in 1986.
That's why you wanted more rounds.
yeah.
You wanted like 3 more wild cards.
Dude, I could have gone on and on. There was so like I look, I up until yesterday, my Groot was the T-800 from Terminator. I know why you cry.
I think that JT missed the boat with Jonah Ryan as Groot, another tall.
Oh,
lanky-
yeah, that would have been a good one. Yeah,
the Cloud Botherer. That
yeah,
would've
but
been
he's
great.
not as like likable. I wanted someone who's like cares about the team. Jonah's very selfish.
So Jared's the best because nobody liked.
No, like Gabe. So I went
nobody liked
Jared
Gabe,
because he
yeah.
like at the end of the day he like saves the team. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's why I went that way. But
Have you guys seen Edge of Tomorrow?
I love that movie.
Yeah.
So like for Gamora, that my big thing was like, is it Ellen Ripley or is it Rita Vrataski?
Yeah.
Like from
yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow. She's so fucking good in that movie.
It's a great movie.
all right, listen, I'm not as interested in the best draft, but I'm interested in what people think were like the best choice for each character on this draft. So you may not feel like one of us had the best one, but like who was the best Star-Lord here? Who was the best Gamora, Rocket, etc. So let us know. Give us the feedback in the comments. We'll be back every other
Tim have
Saturday
one?
with
Did
another
Tim have a
draft.
list?
I did not have a
Did
list.
not? Okay.
No.
Just curious.
He's gonna watch Silicon Valley, and then it's just gonna be all Silicon Valley characters.
Sure.
Okay, very good. So every other Saturday, we're here at No Holds Barred Draft Day, and opposite of that, on the other Saturdays, Aaron and I are going through every WWE World Title change ever and ranking them on the metric system that we've created. Subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the button right below you, and share us, leave feedback. We appreciate all the love and support. Until then, till next time, the Dookie's dropped. We're out.
Bye, jackass.
Watch The Americans. I've never seen The Matrix.